There's a reason why Bridge to Terabithia is often ranked among cinema's saddest movies. The Bridge to Terabithia ending is heartbreaking. Directed by Gabor Supo, the movie is a poignant exploration of childhood, imagination, and loss. It's an adaptation of the beloved 1977 children's novel by Katherine Paterson, co-scripted by her son David Paterson, and delicately navigates the complex emotional landscape of youth. Celebrated for its heartfelt narrative, the film, like the book, has become a staple in educational settings, although it has also faced challenges due to its portrayal of grief and loss. The story centers on Jesse Aarons, Josh Hutcherson, a 12-year-old who often feels isolated and bullied at school. His life takes a transformative turn when he befriends Leslie Burke, Anna-Sophia Robb, a spirited and imaginative new neighbor. The pair find an abandoned treehouse and a rope swing where they conjure up the titular Terabithia, a fantasy world populated by weird and wonderful creatures that the friends regularly retreat into to escape their everyday lives and troubles. However, the film remains true to the novel's heartrending twist, making Bridge to Terabithia a depressing kids' movie. Leslie dies on the rope swing on her way to Terabithia. The story is based on a real event in author Katherine Paterson's life. One Saturday, Jess goes on an impromptu field trip with his music teacher and crush Ms. Edmonds, Zooey Deschanel, to an art museum without inviting Leslie along. He comes home to find out that Leslie has drowned after their rope swing broke while she was trying to cross the rain-swollen creek to get to Terabithia. Interestingly, the Bridge to Terabithia death happens off-screen, but it's more impactful and surprising for it. Witnessing Jess's grief and guilt over not being there for his friend makes it all the more heartbreaking. What makes Leslie's death even more devastating is that it's based on a real-life tragedy. Katherine Paterson's book is based on her son David's childhood best friend, who died after being struck by lightning when they were just 8 years old. As tragic as Bridge to Terabithia's death is, both the book and film have been cited as useful tools in helping children deal with death and grief. Where Bridge to Terabithia ranks among saddest kids' movies, My Girl explores similar themes of young characters experiencing loss for the first time. Thomas J., Macaulay Culkin, and Veda, Anna Klumsky, riding their bikes in My Girl. The tragic turn in Bridge to Terabithia mirrors the emotional shock delivered by The Lion King, where the death of Mufasa serves as a pivotal and devastating moment. Both films handle themes of loss and coping, but The Lion King infuses its narrative with a sense of regal duty and circle of life philosophy, offering a comforting resolution that contrasts sharply with the more personal and unresolved grief presented in Bridge to Terabithia. My Girl shares a similar theme of youthful innocence confronted by mortality, as Veda Sultanfuss grapples with the death of her best friend, Thomas J. Both My Girl and Bridge to Terabithia explore the anguish and confusion of young characters experiencing loss for the first time, delving into the raw emotional processing that follows. However, Bridge to Terabithia uniquely blends this real-world heartache with elements of fantasy, emphasizing the contrast between the vibrant world of Terabithia and the harsh realities outside its bounds. Up, a film that is frequently celebrated for its poignant storytelling, also begins with a deeply emotional sequence depicting the loss of Carl Fredricksen's wife, Ellie. Although the bulk of Up focuses on adventure and healing, Up's heartbreaking opening moments resonate with an intensity of loss that parallels the central tragedy in Bridge to Terabithia. Both films effectively use their narratives to discuss themes of memory and legacy, though Up moves towards a more uplifting resolution, whereas Bridge to Terabithia dwells more significantly on the immediate aftermath of grief, emphasizing the transformative impact of loss on young lives.